Experimental comes to Germany in search of a man who hopes to find a cure to every parent's nightmare. A puking kid in the back seat. Luckily for his sister, this little kid made it to a convenient tree. But for every lucky escape, there are at least 2 puked-on seats. The man who hopes to keep the cars of the world free of the smell of month-old sick is Dr. Ralph Ankin, a zoologist from the Hohenheim University in Stuttgart, with a passion for gastronomy. And it's by cutting up fish that's led him to the theory as to why some people spray the back seat and others don't.
Well, basically it's these bones, but precisely it's stones.
Dr. Ankin's theory is that tiny stones found in the inner parts of the ear of not just fish, but humans could be the culprit. When he's not embarrassing diners in posh restaurants, Dr. Ankin and his colleagues can be found doing much the same thing in his labs, uncovering the mysteries of motion sickness by dissecting cichlid fish.
Well, actually what Miriam is doing is she's dissecting very tiny stones from calcium carbonate from the ear of a little fish.
The team knows that the tiny stones are attached to little hairs connected to the sensory cells within the inner ear.
Ich versuche eigentlich immer so die Mitte zu kriegen.
Okay.
When the fish moves, gravity acting on the stones helps the fish sense up and down, even in the dark.
The organ of balance is located at both sides, and I wonder if this could be already one of these stones. Is it? It has been. Okay, there was it. This was one of our stones. Great.
The cichlid fish have 2 of these stones attached to hairs in their inner ears, which help maintain balance. Humans have a similar system, except we have hundreds of these tiny stones attached to 2 separate patches of hairs in our inner ear. To create motion sickness in his fish, Dr. Ankin takes them on the equivalent of a very long car journey by spinning them in a centrifuge. When they stop spinning, some fish seem to settle quickly, while others keep on spinning, the fish equivalent of motion sickness. What Dr. Ankin found was that fish with ear stones of different sizes were more likely to suffer from motion sickness compared to fish whose stones were similar in size, and he believes it's the same for humans.
Well, because these stones may vary in their size and in their weight between the left and the right inner ear. So there are also the signals to the brain different between left and right. And in particular situations, like in a car or in a ship, this simply makes a problem and you get motion sick.
To compensate for confusing signals coming out of our ears, we use our eyes. But when our eyes become confused, then our balance is affected. And it doesn't take the sudden appearance of a huge fish. The rapidly moving horizon during a car journey does the trick just as well. And the result? Well, we all know what happens.